Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys and Jerry Jones blasted for move that may cost them. The Dallas Cowboys are known for being fairly quiet in the off-season, and that trend is continuing this year, including when it comes to working out a deal with one of the team's most high-profile players. Any good Cowboys fan remembers Jerry Jones and company holding out to make a deal with quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, which didn't result in any real benefit for the team. Now, some NFL analysts and experts are calling out the Dallas Cowboys on their hesitation to make another deal. In a March 24 feature for Blogging the Boys, Kevin Knight comments on the Cowboys' slowness in working out a deal with star Micah Parsons, who's one of the NFL's best pass rushes. In the piece, Knight notes that Parsons should be one of those slam dunk extensions, who is a no-brainer star player, entering his prime, and coming off multiple years of elite production. He adds, Parsons is about as reliable as they come and would instantly become the most coveted pass rusher available if he were to hit the open market. The Cowboys could have worked out an extension with Parsons in 2024, but they didn't, largely because they had to take care of the Prescott and Lamb deals. Instead, the Cowboys picked up Parsons' fifth-year option, which was a weighty $24 million. The Cowboys had another opportunity to extend Parsons over the past 2 months, another chance to get out ahead of the massive record-setting deals that were coming for Myles Garrett and Max Crosby, Knight notes. The Cowboys didn't seize that opportunity, and it's likely to cost them significantly in the long run. Micah Parsons is the best player on the Dallas Cowboys. In a separate feature for Blogging the Boys, RJ Ochoa states that he believes Parsons is solidly the best player on the Dallas Cowboys. That's quite a statement, especially since Dallas also has Prescott and Lamb. In the piece, Ochoa notes that Parsons is on track to have a Pro Football Hall of Fame-level career. On the heels of a rough season with longtime veterans departing, he appears ready and willing to take the mantle of leadership, he adds. These are all incredible qualities and ones that you dream about the player you give a massive extension to having in their repertoire. Solidifying Parsons for 2025 is and has been priority number one for a long time now, Ochoa continues. If this ripples into training camp, it will only hurt the overall goal. Bradley Locker of PFF agrees, noting in a feature about the hottest trade assets in the NFL right now that there's no name on this list bigger than Parsons, whose contract situation has yet to be resolved despite players from the subsequent draft class already being extended. Over the past 3 seasons, Parsons trails only Myles Garrett in PFF overall grade, 93.7, and PFF pass rushing grade, 94.3. He adds that the Parsons trade discourse has cooled for now, but Dallas can't delay this forever. Let's hope he's right. Shedeur Sanders potentially falling to Cowboys in NFL draft. Look, a run-of-the-mill banana duct taped to a white wall recently sold as art for $6.2 million, so believe us when we say, stranger things have happened. Could the Dallas Cowboys wind up drafting Deion Sanders' son after all? Cue the banana, and hear us out. In the wake of the New York Giants signing quarterback Russell Wilson Tuesday night, it was former Cowboys receiver Dez Bryant who seemingly was first to connect the suddenly logical dots from Colorado's Shedeur Sanders to Dallas. Wrote Dez on his social media, I got a feeling Shedeur Sanders might be a Cowboy. The post generally drew negative, naysaying comments, but it makes more sense than ever. Yes, the Cowboys are set with Dak Prescott and his $240 million contract at quarterback. But he'll be 32 when the season starts, and 3 of the last 5 seasons he has missed significant time with injuries. Also, with the departure of Cooper Rush and failure of Trey Lance, they have no backup. Slotted by almost every mock draft to go number 3 overall to the Giants, Shedeur could begin a swift slide now that they have both veterans Wilson and Jameis Winston on the roster. With Giants owner John Mara saying this offseason that he's just about out of patience, difficult to envision spending that kind of draft capital on a player that would be third on the depth chart. Shedeur could still go number 2 to the Cleveland Browns, who sold their soul for Deshaun Watson but have only Kenny Pickett behind the oft-injured starter. But after the Giants, the next 5 teams in the draft order all have their franchise quarterback. At number 9 are the New Orleans Saints. New head coach Kellen Moore says he is comfortable with 34-year-old Derek Carr, but the team could save $50 million under the salary cap if it releases him before 2026. If they pass on Shedeur, the next logical landing spot will be the Cowboys at number 12. Cowboys named potential suitor for All-Pro cornerback in blockbuster trade. The Dallas Cowboys have not made a major splash during the early weeks of NFL free agency, but a recent signing from the Baltimore Ravens could open the door for a big move. Chidobe Awuzie, who was a second-round pick by the Cowboys in the 2017 NFL Draft, signed with the Ravens, which could free the team up to trade 2-time All-Pro defensive back Marlon Humphrey. Humphrey, who is still just 28 years old, joined the Ravens as a first-round pick out of Alabama in the 2017 Draft and could give the Cowboys a boost after the departure of Jordan Lewis this offseason. Lewis' departure is a major hit to the Dallas secondary. Last word on sports: Anthony Palacios discussed some potential landing spots for Humphrey if the team moves on and named the Cowboys as a possible suitor for the blockbuster trade. The Dallas Cowboys lost a free agent gem in Jordan Lewis, but they're rolling the dice on Kaiir Elam after the recent trade with the Bills. Trayvon Diggs is returning, but his future is up in the air despite signing a long-term deal 2 years ago, he wrote. The same can be said about Darren Bland, who's been battling injuries, too, but the team will probably play it by ear. The team should find an immediate answer, and Marlon Humphrey could be a solid veteran who may change the landscape of this team's secondary. Last season, Humphrey recorded 67 tackles, 6 interceptions, 1 touchdown, and 2 forced fumbles en route to being named to the 4th Pro Bowl of his professional career. Adding a veteran leader to the defense would provide an immediate boost for the Cowboys, especially following Lewis and DeMarcus Lawrence's departures, so if the price is right it would be a move for Dallas to consider exploring.